Welcome back to Esperance on Sabbatical. Thank you for joining me again. This is a follow-up to my voodoo exposure in Benin Republic. For those who haven't watched part 1, it will be somewhere down here, or I'm not sure, anywhere. But anyway, you will have a link. Alright, so how did I get exposed to voodoo? We are in Cotonou. I was lodged at one of my friends' place. I keep his name out of the media. And then he got one of his workers to take me on a journey to explore Cotonou because he was busy, and then he didn't want me to get bored when I was at home. So he told his employee to come take me along, give me a tour of Cotonou. But mind you, he had briefed his employee about so many things about me, even some stuff that we discussed prior to me reaching the country. So as we tour about the country, Cotonou, this man mentioned and suggested that he had a friend who worked also within the area where I was staying, but who didn't come to work or something like that, and he wanted to see him, and if I was okay with that. And I said, well, we're exploring Cotonou, so I wouldn't mind meeting up with your friend. Well, we can go to his house and check on him, and I wouldn't really mind. So mind you, his friend was also a guard or something like that, house guard. That's what he was. Now, mind you, we were exploring it in the evening, and it was already night, about 10-ish at night. Then we reached his friend's house. He got in, he introduces me to his friend. Hi, this is my friend, He also works with me there, so this is the guy that I wanted you to see, just so that you can get to know him. I say, oh, great. Nice meeting you. And we settled down in the living room. And mind you, before reaching the place, him and I became very, not close, but we bonded a bit, on the road. So I think he took it upon himself to care for me more than maybe he should have by taking me to his friend, who is a guard by day, or as an occupation to make a living. Little did I know that the house in which I entered was a shrine, a voodoo shrine. And this friend of his was a voodoo priest. Yeah. How did I find out? As we were sitting there, we spoke French a little bit, and then they went into Fan, I think it's Fan, the language from the Dahomey. And then they talked a little bit, and then he reverted back to me and says, I brought you here to meet my friend, but I was also told that you had issues. So, I didn't want to share it with you along the way because maybe you will have been uncomfortable. I just brought you here. This man is actually a voodoo priest, a very strong voodoo priest. So your issues can find solutions here, today and now, if you agree. Well, a backup story, I had issues, so I had problems with some folks that came after me, blah, 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 financial issues, that is. And there were 3 people, that did me really dirty. And I'd shared that with my friend, so he was aware, and then now this guy who brought me here is aware of that. So he tells me, all you need is for you to consent, and your issues will be dealt with today and right now. This friend of mine, yes, he's a security guard, but he will find you the quickest solution to your problem because his voodoo is strong. I was ambushed. I'm ambushed. I'm in this man's house. Little did I know it was a shrine. And then I'm being, boom, all these things just being put onto my lap. And I don't even know how to process this. And I thought it was a joke at first. I was like, oh, really? That's funny. Yeah. No, he says, no, this is not a joke. We are in his shrine, and right behind this curtain, and I was sitting right here, the door is somewhere behind me. There was a curtain just next to my chair. Right behind this curtain is his room. Where he does all his incantation. So now this friend of mine, tells me, he says, I brought you here, and because those people have done to you what they have done, I can guarantee you, and I can bet my life on it, it's 10:30 p.m. now. Before morning tomorrow, there will be no more. If you understand what no more mean. I don't want to use explicit word because I think it's sanctioned, but they will vanish. They will be dealt with, and they will just disappear. I said, okay. In my heart, I was like, I can't believe what is happening right now, but I have to act cool, act calm, cool, and composed. So what do? I need to think of an exit plan, but I need to make it look as smooth as possible. And then, well, I asked the man, so you sure you can solve my problems today? He says, I bet you my life and everything that you will need for sacrifice is not far from here. It's sold not far from here. And I will, because obviously he had a bit of my money with him, so I will make sure that I can get them for you. So I turn and I speak to his friend. I say, so are you able to do something about it for real? He says, my man, all I need from you is their pictures, or if you can, the voice, the audio of either one of them. So if you can make a call and then they answer while we are in the room working, they're done. If you can't do that, it's still okay. If you have their pictures, you just hand them over. We are going to sort them out today. And tonight will not pass with them still being or waking up in the morning. I was like, are you sure of what you're saying? He tells me, as long as what you claim they have done is true, it shall be so. That's when I realized, because in depth, I didn't know about voodoo before, but then I realized something with these things is you have, first thing first, they want to have a contact point. They want to find a way to get to you. And that is either, visually or audibly or something, like to have something that represents you. And for it to work with brilliance, you have to open a breach, a spiritual breach. So if you are in breach spiritually and they have an access to you, you're done. You are just done. They will, you're done. So now this man tells me, he says, so we will do that. So we enter in there. If you can call them, you just call and then you put them on speaker, and then I will be doing my things. As soon as they answer, we get the voice, and that's it. They'll be done, and we will work on them. But if you don't have it, it's very fine. We will just still use the picture. I say, mind you, at that point I was also a bit hurt about what happened. But a human's life cannot be replaced. Money you can make again, but human being you can never really bring back to life. So doing something like that to somebody, irrespective of what they've done, I saw it a bit as morally wrong, and I didn't really want to proceed with it. Although tempting as it sounded, I just couldn't. So I told the man, I said, so what are the repercussions of these things? I mean, if we were to do it, what will happen? He said, well, they will be gone. That's it. That's it. You will never hear of them again, and that's it. And there are no side effects because you were in the right. You are within your right. So they will assume because their passing will be on their own head. This man was sitting there, tense in the living room, waiting for me to just say yes. It was almost to them as a celebration, as if they wanted to do that. I think they derived pleasure in like working this voodoo and then seeing it in action. But I didn't really find it comforting. In the end, I told him, I said, no, let's not do that. I don't need much more time to think about it. I understand that you care about me. I really do, and I appreciate that. But I would not be having something like that, a sacrifice like that, on my conscience. Not today, and not anytime soon. So I have not yet reached that point, and I don't think I want to. So what did I learn from there? I learned something, if you can, try not to offend people. Try not to, because when you do offend people, you are opening yourself up for any sort of backlash, karma, or whatever. That was the thing that I learned. And the other thing that I learned from there was that never underestimate people. You can think that you harm somebody and then you can get away with it, but you don't really know how far they can go or what they can do to you. Because you might think that you are the almighty, that you can do what you want and you can get away with it, but sometimes, as they say, it's just one match that can burn up the whole forest. So and then the other thing that I learned was try, and as much as possible, try to stay away from vengeance. Because things like this could easily have finished 3 people's lives. And then what next? Yes, I'm restoring my right, but they're gone. All that in the name of money. That is not so good. And then the fourth thing was that that I learned was, when you are in Benin Republic, actually there are a few countries, and Benin is one of them: Haiti, Benin, and Congo, and Nigeria also. You need to make sure of where you put your feet. Really make sure. because you can enter into some places that you will never be able to get out of. I'm glad I did. And I came back again. But if you want to know why I came back, subscribe below and then click the notification bell, and I will see you on the next installment. Take care.